Next piece. One thing I need to address and guarantee is I will not be wasting the trust funds placed in my care. We are not repeating the failed Serpent Guardians and the failed Dragon Guardians on my watch. This is life force energy, not pieces of paper. And it will be used wisely, and all on the team will guarantee that, not just me. The trust is not some hopium or jubilee. It's hard work to step by step correct all the ills, and there will and has to be priorities. There are too many vulnerable people, sick and homeless in this country alone, and that has to stop. To then give them a chance to participate in it as well. And the whole ethos of the People's Club THI is to not repeat the failed old programs. We are not the Loop Club. One of our members, went through a fairly harrowing ordeal recently in an airport, and we have covered that location before in our shows. And our member was singled out for a full-on search of person and baggage by the TSA, known as total sexual assholes. Is it a coincidence our member was singled out? History suggests not. Her privacy was invaded, her belongings thrown everywhere, and her property damaged, of which they have a disclaimer on the form notifying you of the search that they are not responsible for the damage. Yet again, this is an all too common theme of no one taking responsibility for anything. But whilst the TSA maybe are not responsible, remit for damages should then be passed on to the airport authority, as it was they who employed these perverts. That's essentially all they are. Looking at the scanners and touching you down. Perverts. Now, people can blame the TSA, and in most cases that applies, but the problem is the people doing the job themselves. These are not from some elite families. These are people from our own community doing these jobs. But if no one takes up those positions, that program of invading people's privacy on top of treating us all like cattle being herded into a pen would end overnight. All it takes is for the people to refuse to do that job. It's like the violent police officers. Shame these people in their own communities. Let them know that they're pariahs within our own community. You know, it's no different to the sexual predators list. You know, and people often turn into vigilantes and exert violence on those people. But that's not required. Violence never solved anything. Just shaming them is enough. Let them know, like child rapists, we don't want you in our community if you continue working that job. And yet again, it's another example of we the people creating our own issues. Just don't do it. Another method is just don't fly. If no one flies, no airports, no TSA, problem solved. And our sovereignty restored. And that's the kicker.